I'm off to work, I have to get dinner into the crock pot. We're going to make a vegetable barley beef soup, and it'll be ready when I get home. First of all, I want you to know that the Black Angus soup bones that we get at Timber Creek are just full of meat. This is going to make a great soup. This is a can of whole tomatoes that I actually crushed by hand. I took each one out of the can and crushed it, poured off all the extra juice, don't need it. This is a 1/4 cup of barley that I soaked overnight. And in this little dish we have my secret ingredient for beef soup, which is 2 whole cloves. And then 5 or 6 peppercorns, we're just going to drop them in. Okay, I'm going to get chopping and then we'll put the whole soup together. Alright, let's put it together. I've got the bones in the pot, and we're going to put all the rest of the chopped veggies right on top. And tomatoes right in. Our 2 whole cloves and our peppercorns. Going to put in our soaked barley. And big pinch of salt. Good grinding of pepper. I like to add chicken broth to my beef soup. It levels out the flavor if you're using boxed beef broth, because boxed beef broth is very intense. I'm actually going to add some water so that this is completely covered. I might add some extra goodies when I get home, but I'm just going to cover it, put it on low for 10 hours, and I'll see you back after work. Alright, home. Alright, I'm going to finish this up really quickly. Hang in with me and we'll get it done. Alright, we have to bone these soup bones. We have to take all the meat off. So let's just get them out to cool. And as soon as they're cooled, we will take all the meat off them and put it back in the pot. Whoa! We're going to have melted cheese along with our soup tonight. This is pretty quick to do. You see that I rely a lot on a good loaf of store-bought bread. There's a reason for that. When you use it to complement a dish, it's perfect. If you just eat it in sandwiches and eat it all day long, then you're spending some money, but I use it only to complement a good dish. Now I'm actually going to toast these on both sides in the broiler or in the toaster, either way, and then I will put them in the broiler with grated Munster cheese on top. So we'll have Munster cheese on toasted good bread with our vegetable beef barley soup. Okay, this meat is cool enough to handle. Let's just chop it up. Oops. And this is really starting to fall apart, so you have to be careful that you get all the way down to the cutting board as you cut through. And the rest of it will just fall apart in the soup, so don't worry. As long as you have the biggest pieces sort of broken down, that's all you need to do. And this is good to go. Alright, we're just about finished getting our grilled cheese finished. I've toasted these in the toaster, put a little whole grain mustard on them. Actually, I had to put a little Colby in with the Munster because I ran low on Munster. So this is what we're doing. We're just putting some whole grain mustard right on the bread. Putting a nice generous amount of cheese, and we're putting them in a line so that they can go right under the broiler and nothing's going to get cheated out of that heat. last thing I like to do, just before it goes in, is just a couple of drops of olive oil, a very light sprinkling of salt. It makes all the flavors go together. Off we go to the broiler. I've only been home a few short minutes. Time for dinner. Beef, vegetable, and barley soup. Toasted cheese sandwiches.